Hello everybody, it's Stefan Joubert here from the Stefan Joubert Guitar Academy. And in today's lesson I'm coming to you all the way from Switzerland, and I'm going to speak to you about sequences on the guitar. So the guitar is a wonderful instrument. There is so much that we can do with the guitar, and it's just one of those instruments. It's so versatile. It is fantastic for improvisation, and it's an instrument that's just worth exploring to the depths, to make music on, to sing with, and to, just to have an adventure and a great time with. So today I would like to speak to you about sequences and what sequences will do for your playing. Now, what is a sequence? We need to analyze what a sequence is. A sequence is a set of notes that we repeat in a certain order generally, and that creates a sequential wave. And by doing that, we are able to actually create more tension in our playing, and then we can release it somewhere. Let me give you an example of a sequence. I'll do it in A minor pentatonic. I generally select the A minor pentatonic just because it's an easy go-to for most guitarists who are learning. So let me show you a sequence. So let me play that again. Basically, that was a sequence. What I've done, instead of playing the pentatonic scale just going up, I chose to play a sequence in threes, which goes like this. And the main thing of the sequence is it delays the time for me to get to that note which I'm targeting, which in this case is the root note in A. So basically the sequence then allows me to have a bit more time to get to that A. It could be another type of sequence, like this for example. Or another type of sequence, like this for example. Or even another type of sequence. And basically it's a backwards and forwards of different notes using the same set of notes or the same set of sequential developments to then be able to add a little bit more depth in your solo. So without further ado, let us get straight into learning a sequence together that you can download on the description. You can just download it. It's going to be a little link there. Click on that link. There's going to be a PDF file, and you just download that, you print that, and then you can just practice it along with the lesson, or you can just print it out for future study. So let's get into it. So I'm going to give you a very, very simple sequence. In this sequence, I want you to imagine a staircase going up. You're going to go up the first step, go up the second step, go up the third step. When you get to the third step, you go back down a step. Then again from that step, you go 1, 2, 3, and you go back down one step. And again, 1, 2, 3, go back down a step, 1, 2, 3. So what happens mathematically is we go forward 3, back 1, forward 3, back 1, forward 3, back 1. And essentially we play the pentatonic scale over 3 times in a row. And that produces the sequence. So basically what we do, I'll just do it again in A minor. It is in the description below on a PDF file, so you can download it and study it for yourself. So this one goes like this. So I just want to take it a little slower. What I'm doing is I'm playing the first note of the pentatonic scale in A minor. I'm playing the second note. I'm playing the third note. When I hit the third note, I've done the first iteration of the sequence, then I go to the second note. This becomes my new first note. So now it's the first note, the second note, and the third note. Once I've hit that third note, I go back a note. So that then becomes my new iteration of the sequence. So that's 1, 2, 3, back a note. 1, 2, 3, back a note. 1, 2, 3. And what you will see is we've got, if I analyze it, you've got low starting point, The next one will be towards the bridge starting point. So the string 6 has been dealt with, then I go to string 5, the lower part of the starting point. Then on the 7th fret towards the bridge, the higher part of the starting point. And all together then you have this. So basically the sequences is what gives you the power to be able to take some time in order to get to that point where you want to release some tension. You get sequences in classical music, you get sequences in jazz. There are all sorts of sequences, like you can have a sequence that goes like this. You can have a sequence that goes like this. So that is the first sequence, the one I've just shown you before. That's the first sequence I want you to practice. And basically, again, it's found in the description below. You can do it on all the positions. So second position would be... Third position would be... etc. I've just given you the sequence in the first position on the PDF document. You can go from there and just transpose that to the other pentatonic positions. Now let us go to another sequence that's a favorite of mine. This one is what I call going across the strings. So this one we go. And going back. A little bit of rolling with the fingers is good in order to retain that tone. So that's another sequence that I have included for you in the description below. So basically, what I would like you to try is, one thing that you can do is, I recommend this to all my students studying with me on Zoom. And one thing I would recommend is downloading an application called iReal Pro. Now the iReal Pro application will help you to be able to practice this music properly. If you look in the description, I've left a little link to the iReal Pro as well. And you should download a file. It's available on the iReal Pro. It's called Blue Simple. And what you do is you put, there's a little patch that you can buy on it. I think that is called, there's an extra little sound file of blues. I would recommend getting that. It's an extra payment that you have to make towards the application developers for that. Also, the application is about $15, £12. You may find that expensive, but remember, when you're developing your guitar playing, you need good applications to work with. And then you can just loop like a standard blues and then jam the sequences along with the licks over that blues. So that's something I would recommend for you to do. So just experiment with it. Remember, we can take a sequence upwards. We can ascend, so we can do... We can descend. So ascending, descending. So you can take something upwards and you can take something downwards. We can also have sequences where we jump across strings. And these, by the way, are brilliant for you to get to know your pentatonic scale. The sequence of jumping across the strings, I'll just quickly take you through that one more time, and you will also find that in the description below. So for that one, we've got on string 6, we go to string 4, go to string 5, go to string 3, go to string 4, go to string 2, go to string 3, go to string 1, descending, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 6. So it's lots and lots of fun to play with this. And I think that if you incorporate sequences in your playing, it will really help you to have a little edge over your playing. So for example, you know, I don't have a backing track here with me today to show you, but you can have something like... So this little part was a little sequence that helped us to be able to delay the time to get there, build up the tension, and then we can have the release. So to make it simple for you today, very easy. Sequences builds up tension and then you release it. You can think like with a bow and an arrow, someone pulling that arrow. At the last moment of the maximum tension, it just releases and it goes and it hits the target. So it's the same with the sequence. It's exactly what you want to do. So again, thank you for listening to me. Thank you. Once again, subscribe to the channel. Do share the videos. Leave some comments for me. If you have any questions, just leave it below. I'm always available as well online on Zoom for some lessons if you want to do some checkups on your playing or if you're looking for a great guitar mentor. Again, thank you for listening and I wish you a great time wherever you are in the world. We'll speak again in the next video.